Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are looking at Luna and Amok from Super 7's ThunderCats Ultimates. I'm late on this one. I've told the story plenty of times now, but some figures, some more expensive things went on the back burner. Just how it had to be. But I'm excited to have the leader of the Lunatics here now. I don't have any of the other Lunatics at the moment because I want to say maybe the last 3 series of ThunderCats and a couple series of Ninja Turtles, like some of the Super 7 stuff, has just been put on hold. Just had to wait. Luna and Amok. Luna is the cruel and temperamental leader of the evil Lunatics from the moons of Plundar. She is the brains behind the Lunatics' devious schemes to thwart the ThunderCats. Luna is rarely seen without her loyal steed, Amok, whom she uses for transportation and muscle. Immensely strong, Amok can punch holes through walls and incapacitate enemies with his bear hug. Amok is fiercely loyal to Luna and will protect her against any threat, including the other Lunatics. So this is a massive box, as you can see. Does not even fit in the frame here, but we're getting ready to get all the parts out. We'll take a look, see what's going on. I am excited. The ThunderCats Ultimates have been kind of a surprise delight to me because, I talked a little bit about this when I started doing reviews of them a few years ago. I loved the ThunderCats cartoon when I was a kid. I would probably at the time have called it one of my top 5 favorite cartoons, like from the period of 83 to 90, I would say. I would have consistently said it was one of my favorite cartoons. Oh, look at this, almost messed up. There is a part in there, a little writing crop deal. I don't know where that was. Oh, there, it was right here. So I probably would have listed it as one of my top favorite cartoons, but I know I had a Panthro figure. It was another one of those toy lines where I just had like a few figures. It was not something I could get all in on. Man, those little tiny hands are terrifying. I couldn't get all in. So I know I had Momra, Panthro, Lion-O, and that might have been it. That might have been the extent of my ThunderCats collection. Because as I mentioned, G.I. Joe was the main thing. I had... I love that she wasn't in there with a bunch of ties or anything. Started with Mego, World's Greatest Superheroes. Went to Star Wars. Went to G.I. Joe. Went to Ninja Turtles, and then I would say after Ninja Turtles is when I really would say it turned into collecting for me rather than, anything that I was playing with. So Ninja Turtles went to the Toy Biz Marvel stuff, and at that point, it was about collecting the characters. It wasn't about playing anymore. So yeah, that Toy Biz Marvel stuff, and then Power of the Force, I guess. McFarlane, whenever Spawn happened, Power of the Force, and since then, for the past 30 years, just everything. Everything. So I never really, I think, I've said this before, I think there was like a year in high school when I didn't really mess with toys or collect anything, but I'm not positive. I'd have to go back and look at, because my first girlfriend, never really said anything bad about it. wasn't negative about it in any way. And I think part of it was that she had a younger brother who was collecting stuff, and you know, we had sort of fun. And I remember a couple of times where, you know, however, he got something before I did, and we'd have like kind of a competition. He was a fun kid. He could be a little jerk, but he was a really fun kid. So I think that, you know, I think that was kind of a nice thing that we had that common ground. Man, he's great, big, thick, but not super heavy, but also not, oh, he's hollow. You know what I mean? Like sometimes these larger figures like this, you get a little black spot there. I'm fairly confident that'll come off pretty easily. Been noticing more and more of this kind of thing across all companies lately. Anyway, you know, sometimes these larger figures, you get them and you're like, it's hollow. It's kind of disappointing that it doesn't have more heft. But then sometimes you get them and they're so heavy, you're like, well, I can't even do anything with this. But he is the middle ground. Oh, he's got a little ratchet in there. That's interesting. Almost sounds like he has an action or something. So yeah, he's a great heft, but is also manageable. He sits very well in the position that he will absolutely be in on my shelf. Like that's it. I mean, this is how he's going to be, but has the standard articulation. So he could, well, let's do it. I mean, it's a review. That's what we're here for, right? So he's got knees. I just want to see if he can stand like completely upright. So his tail, you can kind of turn around if you want to. Not that looks natural at all, but it does. It's on a ball joint. So you've got, you know, well, you can put it off to the side. There we go. I just want to see if he can stand like upright and look relatively normal. The head is going to be the problem. So that, get him turned around there. There we go. But I mean, he can. He's still got, you know, kind of hunched over, but I mean, that's probably how this guy's going to stand anyway. Gosh, he looks great. I don't want to zoom in too much because he's so big, but tremendous detail in that face. Plastic all feels really good. It's a little bit, I don't know if it's because there's so much of it, it seems a bit softer, but all the joints are moving really nicely. Just really, really well constructed. Horns they have some give, but they're pretty rigid. I'm very satisfied with the feel of those. Harness looks great. Just all that sculpted, painted detail. Really get that leather texture in there. Got that coloring on the hands. It goes up into the wrist there. Those little hooves. He's beautiful. You know, I said I was going to have him on all fours, but I kind of like this, depending on what else he could be doing. Which there are other things. I'm going to go ahead and put him back on his all fours here because he's going to stand more easily that way. Gosh, he really does. Like, the articulation really works. Like, he is nice and level. It's very easy to get him into the pose you want him to be in that riding pose. I just love the big chunky shoulder pads, the way they've done those. This little saddle here. I am curious to see how well that's going to work. But, I mean, she's going to be holding on to his horns, so he's great. He's great. Okay. I've got alternate heads. It is going to be difficult for me to not use this like very sweet head. I like it. And then kind of a more grunty, about as aggressive as he looks. And then alternate hands. You've got just kind of open hands. And then grabby gesture type hands. As for Luna, she has her big giant head that's a satisfyingly softer rubber, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too difficult to get it off there. Oh, okay, I'm happy with the way they did her. They did not go crazy with articulation, so she just has hip joints. Oh, she does have boot top swivels, but her hip joints have, like, they're the standard, if you can see, which I doubt you can, but they're kind of the standard Super 7 joint. They're a variety of that, where there's like a turn, but then there's the ball in there as well. She's got shoulder joints that are pretty standard, and then of course her wrists will turn with those swappable hands. So I think what I'm going to want to do, oh, an alternate head, kind of, I guess she's laughing, probably. Ah, that is the better head, isn't it? All right, let's see how hard this is to do. It's a nice big ball, it looked like. So, oh yeah, that's great. I love that. That in and of itself is like a creepy little character, huh? Draw a little smiley face on that. So that pops right back in. That's great. I really appreciate the way that's designed. Yeah, you got to have the more expressive face on her. And we'll put her... that hand pops out very nicely. Put that C grip in there. And the hands are a little rigid, which is good, because it means they're going to stay in well. We already got a little paint loss on the riding crop. That's unfortunate. So we'll put that in that. Oh, does it not hold? Or did I do something wrong? Ooh. That hand doesn't hold that riding crop particularly well. Or, wait, did I not even need to swap the hands? Wait, that might be my mistake. No, that was definitely the hand for the riding crop. Okay, well, let's get her seated up. Oh, she's got a little pointing hand, too. Oh, I like that, the imperiousness of that gesture. And then just open gesturing hands. But that little point is great. So maybe I won't have her holding the riding crop at all, because that, I like that. All right, let's see how well she sits on her mount. Okay, so that does kind of clip on there a little bit, and there she is. Like, it's fine. The contour of the seat is really nice. She holds onto the horn just well enough, and she's pointing, well, I say just well enough, but it's, I mean, the way they did her hair and the contour of the seat, like, she is in place, if you know what I mean. Like, if you pick it up, turn it over, she's going to fall out, but it's not like other stuff where there's kind of a reliance of like, well, it's just, they're going to have to hold on to it while they play. It does... She is seated there nicely, and putting her on the shelf, like, you knock him around a little bit, she's not just going to go tumbling off. She fits on here better than the Thunder Kittens fit on their surfboards. I'll tell you that. So, Luna and Amok. Great. Well done. I give this, this is potentially a top 5 ThunderCats Ultimates release. They're great. They're wonderful. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. And until next time, buy what you like.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.